What do these keyboards have in common? They break away from traditional keyboard forms, embracing geometric and original designs instead. Countless keyboards are floating on the market, but most still follow the same old formula. The typical lunchbox shape dominates. But as architect Louis Sullivan once said, form follows function. Even something as simple as a height adjustment can feel entirely different depending on how it's shaped and how it moves. And we hope to see more of these bold attempts, whether they are made for sale or simply to push the boundaries. With the spirit in mind, we present to you the Slate 75.